In this episode of CobbTV, we are talking about the drumming style of Nick Topper Headon from The Clash. Yes, and be sure to like and subscribe for more epic musical content. Now, Topper first became interested in drumming when he saw Keith Moon perform My Generation with The Who live on Top of the Pops. And I would actually argue that the Clash's version of I Fought the Law has a little bit of Keith Moon in the drumming. The Clash's version has an extended intro, and the drumming has some similarities to the Who song I Can See for Miles. It wasn't just Keith Moon that influenced Topper. He loved jazz music, especially the jazz drumming styles of Buddy Rich and Gene Krupa, but it was actually Billy Cobham who influenced him the most. And Topper was able to incorporate his jazz influences in the Clash's music. I mean, imagine putting on London Calling for the first time, expecting a hard-edged punk rock album when a song like Jimmy Jazz comes on. Now, when Topper first joined The Clash, they had about an album to their name already, and he only expected to play with them for about a year until he could gain some notoriety and join a proper band. But then The Clash became that vessel in which he could expand his musical horizons. And The Clash really needed Topper in order to explore other genres and styles of music. Just take a tribal sounding track like Sean Flynn as a great example of this. Like other late 70s punk bands, The Clash was dabbling in ska, dub, and reggae music. And one of my favorite examples of this is going to be the song The Guns of Brixton. But what I really love about Topper's drumming on this track is halfway through the song, he starts implementing this repeating drum fill that doesn't happen at the end of the progression, but at the beginning of a 4-bar phrase. Yes, Topper actually has some very convincing reggae chops. Just listen to the drum intro on the track Revolution Rock. Now, something about that track, Revolution Rock, and what Topper's playing at the drum intro is he's using a double drag in that drum fill. And what a double drag is, if you don't know, is a drag followed by two accents. So basically, right, right, left, right, but kind of ghosted at the beginning, or you could say that that drag is a grace note, and so it actually comes off like a triplet. And he uses this in his jazz style playing as well as his reggae playing, obviously. But my favorite example of him using a double drag is within a groove, and that groove is going to be what, in my opinion, is his most interesting and unique drum beat, and that is the groove for the song Red Angel Dragnet. But of course, the one thing that every member in The Clash had in common musically was their love for rock and roll and the song Should I Stay or Should I Go? The intention behind writing that was just to write a straight ahead rock tune. But of course, my favorite thing about the song is Topper's drumming, specifically during the chorus when he goes into a double time rockabilly feel. People have even described Topper's drumming as being like a human drum machine. And if you listen to the first Clash record that he didn't play on and compare it to anything that he did play on with the Clash, you can hear such a difference in timing and tempo and feel and chops. And he even inspired the title for the song Train in Vain because his drumming was steady like a train. It wasn't just song titles that Topper was inspiring. Yes, a funny story, at Electric Ladyland Studios, he was the first to arrive and he started messing around on the piano. He loved the idea so much that since the other band members hadn't showed up, he decided to track the drums and then the piano, and the rest of the band still hadn't shown up. So then he played the rest of the instruments for what will be known as Rock the Casbah. And Joe Strummer was so inspired by this track that he ended up finishing the song with his lyrics. Now, I can't end the video without talking about possibly what is the Clash's most well-known tune, London Calling. And at first listen, you might think, oh, it's got a simple drum beat. It's just 4 on the floor with 2 and 4 backbeat. But he actually does a lot of different variations on the hi-hat. It starts out with quarter notes, then it goes into triplets, and then he goes into a shuffle. And what's tricky about the part when you're doing the triplets is he actually starts the pattern on the offhand so that his right hand can come around and hit that snare. And here is a paraphrased example of that opening drum sequence. And there you have it, just a small taste of Topper's drumming. Yes, you must do a deep dive if you really want to get inside his head and get inside the music and his approach to drumming with the Clash. So I made a playlist, a Spotify playlist that you can find in the description of this video and in the comments of what I think is Topper's finest drumming moments. All right, so be sure to like and subscribe for more epic musical content. But in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.